Well, hey everybody, and welcome to Young Adult Edition. We are so excited because today we are in part 2 of our Sunken Ship special. Today we're talking all about sailing ships. So last week we talked all about the off-canon relationships that we wished would happen or started to happen and then didn't pan out. And we had an amazing time with our guest host, Amber Ardul. But today, my co-host Elle Beaumont and I are here to talk all about the ships that did work out that we completely love. So thanks so much for joining us. Go ahead, leave us some comment love about the relationships that happened to work out within the books that we absolutely love. Let us know in the comments below which ones we should be talking about today. Elle, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I am doing good. It is finally looking like summer around here, which I'm really excited about. It's kind of warmer, which is nice.
Oh yes, it is going to be scorching out today. And being from Massachusetts, I'm probably going to melt. I'm going to be in front of my ACs.
I am definitely getting warmer weather today. It is not nearly as warm as yours. We're definitely a couple degrees different there, but I'm really excited because it's beautiful weather. And just a quick little shout out, today is my mom's birthday. She loves her warm weather, so I'm kind of thinking if this is a birthday present to her. I had nothing to do with it, but I will take credit.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you. She will appreciate that. My name is k.m.robinson. I am the author of the Siren Wars saga. Elle, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Elle Beaumont, author of Brotherhood of the Sea and Binding of the Sea.
And today we are going to be talking all about sailing ships. So we are really excited, but before we jump in, we are going to talk a little bit about book world news and our new book releases. So Elle, I know we've got something really cool in the book world this week. What are we talking about?
So we actually, me and KM, decided to create our own review group. So authors can join this, and readers who want to binge read and also help these authors out by reviewing can join this. And the link will be up above. And come check it out. I mean, it's going to be fun. Free books. Hello. Who doesn't love free books? And it's all young adult. So definitely check it out.
Whether you are a fan of sci-fi or fantasy, even because some contemporary we're going to have in there, we would love to have you guys come check it out. It's going to be lots of fun. Brand new, started yesterday. So we're going to start releasing those books in the next couple of days to you guys to snatch up for reviews and to hang out on Bookstagram. We've already had some great responses from people, and we would love to see you there. Now, before we jump into today's episode, we are going to talk just for a second about some new releases. I'm really excited about these. Let me go ahead and pop these up on the screen for you guys. And we're giving a little extra love to my new book, Darker Depths. If I can get it up, there we go. Darker Depths actually comes out next week, but we are giving it a little bit of 2-week love there because we've got some really cool stuff going on inside of our Mermaid series. I'm really excited about this, and we've got some other really great releases this week. And stay tuned because next week there are some incredible releases out, including my baby, Darker Depths, which is the second book in the Siren Wars saga. And we've got some really cool things to share with you next week as well. So guys, thank you so much for joining. We do appreciate you being here. Do us a favor if you are enjoying this episode, if you're having fun, if you want to talk about relationships within YA novels, go ahead and hit that share button. Let your friends know that we are here hanging out live, or hit share on the replay so that we can get the word out about Young Adult Edition and get more authors on, talk about more things. We're going to bring on some book world professionals. We're going to have bookbox people. We're going to have book candle people. It's amazing, and we want more people to come and join us for all of the fun, especially when we're doing freebies and events and all sorts of fabulous things. So hit that share button. Give us a little bit of love because that does let Facebook know that we're doing something right, and we'll share our show with more and more people. So if you love us, leave us a little love by hitting that share button. All right. Today we are talking all about sailing ships. And just to quickly recap, last week we talked about sunken ships. Elle, could you define sunken ships for us?
Sunken ships are relationships that sink like the Titanic. The ones that you want to pair together, that it doesn't end up going that way, and your hopes and dreams plunge to the icy depths.
Speaking of icy, it did get a little icy last week. It was so much fun. We had Elle and me, as well as our author friend Amber Ardul. We talked all about those relationships that are a little bit off canon, and Amber happens to be the queen of those. We talked all about her book. We talked about the way that she ripped our heart out because the one character we wanted to be in the relationship just has all the bad things happen. and we talked about some of our favorite off-canon relationships. This week we were talking all about the ones that worked out that we absolutely love. So, Elle, are you ready? I have a feeling we're going to have an interesting conversation today.
I am. One of the number one ones for me was the selection, and I know that's one that we argue about constantly. And it's one that keeps popping up, and I feel like I keep rubbing it in your face.
A little bit.
But that is one that I'm so glad it didn't go the other way because it frustrated me.
See, the way it went frustrated me.
But yeah, I know. Oh, well, yeah,
it's okay.
Can't always make everybody happy, but that one for me, that was one that I was glad to see it worked out that way, because the other half of that relationship, it was frustrating.
Listen, if you guys are on my side, let me know. Give me a little help, please. Just a little bit. Just a little. That's okay. They got a spin-off series, so fine.
Yeah, and let me see. Another one I have to say is, okay, I have mixed feelings about this one, and it has to do, I don't want to spoil, but I guess, like, if you haven't read it yet, then shame on you. It is the Jaded duology, and I won't say any names. I won't spoil the name, but I will say Lucas. Lucas and she who shall remain unnamed.
You should have gone the opposite way there. I don't know what just happened.
I actually enjoyed how that worked out. I really, as much I was.
Oh, did you?
No, I really did. I did.
As you didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, see, there you go. As much as I was for Lucas and Jade, I do. Oops, spoil. There are a lot of characters in there that could be.
There is. Yes.
I actually. Yeah, no, I really did enjoy how that worked out. Like, I wasn't for anybody else being with him, except for maybe me. But I feel like maybe that was me.
Just on the persona of the. Well, I mean, I can't say anything. Dang it! Spoilers. I can see where you would pull that from. I understand that and wish I could comment on it right
now. That's how I feel. But anyway, I really did enjoy that remedy, because I was so, like, hoping, like, just die. But
wow.
I hope Amber doesn't watch.
I thought we could get Amber on, like. I'm going to tell her to come watch this episode now.
No, because then she will do something mean to me.
Probably, but I would be highly entertained, so.
No goodies for you. But yes, I actually did enjoy that sailing ship. As much as I was opposed to any other ship to that, I didn't actually really enjoy that one. And that made me happy. Made my heart happy.
Aw. Funny enough, I had actually planned that from the start. So, well, not from the start. Originally, Lucas wasn't even supposed to be a part of the series at all. He was supposed to walk on, have like 5 lines, and then get out of the way. He bullied his way into the book, demanded a big part, and then demanded like a book-altering part. And so that was a thing. And as soon as I figured out he wasn't leaving, I knew exactly where I was going with his story. So that was something I had planned since his appearance in book 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that wasn't just like a at the end winging it thing. That was I knew this was coming and I set it up. So, yeah, it was pretty fun. In terms of some of my ships, I know you don't necessarily care as much about this one, but I want to talk about Divergent, because I am Team Fortress. I love it. I love Four. I love Triss. I love them together. I love everything about it. I know you're not the biggest Triss fan, but I love it. I just love it.
I love Four. Like, I really loved him. I found his character to be very interesting. just how much heart he had and how he hid it. And then as it starts to come out, I love that. And I felt like he was really good for her too, because she kind of was a cold person, you know, like like I felt like Katniss had more of a personality than what Tristan.
Really?
And
I did not. See, I felt that way about Katniss, though. I felt like she was a little bit on the bland side. She didn't have a lot of personality, and she was very cold. I loved Tris. Like, I've always been Team Tris.
See, even reading it, and I binge read that series. I really did. I actually had to wait for the books to come out. I wasn't one of those that like waited for the whole series to come out. I was like, oh, these books need to hurry up. But yeah, I felt like he brought out the best in her and brought out her potential. Because she was just kind of like a flat
Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
That word. Words today.
Words are hard.
Yes. But, you know, like I just felt like she really, really was still that in the core.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I love them together. I adore them. And I know we have opinions. So,
and that's fine. I'm not going to.
Please, if we were going to have a fight over this, it would be over the selection. We're totally chill. See that, guys?
Yeah.
That's just a little shout out. You can be friends and have different opinions about the relationships and books. Just saying.
It is. We can agree to disagree, and that's fine. That's fine. Completely fine.
Plus, that means that you get one of the guys and I get the other guy. And we don't have to fight over them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So
more to love.
Oh, good. Another relationship that I absolutely love is Cole and Lexi from the Branded series. It's actually a Sinner series. The first book is called Branded by Abby Kettner and Missy Kalikicki. I love it. And this is a series that I call the next Hunger Games or Divergent. I love it. I know they have such a big following. And I love those characters together. Now, don't get me wrong. I was not exactly the biggest fan of some of the things that happened in the second book. I kind of feel like they strayed just a little bit from where they were in the first book. I loved their relationship in the first book, which was a really long time coming. But it's a little bit different in the second book, and I have not read the third book yet. Don't judge me. I haven't gotten there yet. But I love the two of them together, and I feel like it's a very, very strong version of Four and Tris, only lots of personality. I know you haven't read this one yet, but I feel like you'd love it.
I need to read that. Like, I need to get back to reading. I really do. I've just been stuck in like the writing hole and reading for special authors.
She's doing all the work for me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I've been really busy. The only way that I have been reading is doing buddy reads with friends, and it really it holds me accountable, which is what I like about buddy reading is you go through it together and you suffer together and you hold each other accountable for a set amount of chapters. So
yeah, for sure. But that is one I definitely recommend. I love the relationship in there. So that's one of my sailing ships that I love. Just saying.
Let me see. I have The Bear and the Nightingale. That is, I love that. It's a Vasilisa the Beautiful retelling, and it's by Catherine Arden. I absolutely love this book series. It's not finished yet, and I can't say officially it's a complete ship that's sailing, but it's under construction.
It's under construction. Oh, I like that.
I feel like they're beautiful together. Vasilisa is this witch girl, if you will, and she can see these spirits in Russia, and she helps them, and they help her, and she is somehow twined with this frost demon, Marzoko, and they're bound to each other. And he's a demon. He's not supposed to help her. He's not supposed to give her life at all. He's this cold demon, and he ends up helping her. And you can see it's not like a huge romance book. It's really not. Even in the second book, very light romance. But you can see them kind of grow and have these moments, and it leans toward the construction, the final piece on the ship. And I hope in the third books this comes out, because I loved it. I loved it. And if he ends up falling, something happens to him. And it keeps being hinted toward. If he ends up with her, something happens to him.
Interesting.
I love it.
Oh, goodness. So many good ships. Guys, if you are here hanging out with us, let us know what your favorite relationships are in young adult novels. Even if you are on the replay, go ahead and give us a shout out in the comments. We will be checking this out here on facebook.com/k.m.robinson books and over on YouTube and on our blog. So if you are here on the replay, go ahead and interact with us, because we are here to hang out with you and engage with you, even if it's a day later, a week later, a month later, even if it's a couple of years later. We would love to hear from you guys. So go ahead and leave us a little comment love wherever you are watching this, and let us know what your favorite relationship is, so we can chat all about that. And if you happen to have missed last week's episode on Sunken ships, go ahead and watch the replay there and give us a shout out with your favorite ships that almost were and then sunk like a rock. In terms of relationships that I absolutely love within stories, I'm a big fan of Lisa Brown Roberts. She is one of my favorite people for writing romances, and she writes young adult contemporary novels. She does so good at it. She's so funny and so humorous, and her books just make you laugh the entire time. And I just love every single relationship that she has created. So I'm not going to list them all, because she has a number of books at this point. But they are so dang good, because they tend to be more along the lines of opposites that attract, and people who were not necessarily meant to be together that eventually get pulled together, but there's bumps along the way, and it's just this slow burning relationship that gets really, really swoony really fast as soon as it finally happens. So anything by Lisa Brown Roberts definitely qualifies as some of my favorite ships.
I'm in the middle of Spies, Lies,
Allies.
Yes, I'm in the middle of that. When my iPad was charging, I started reading that, and honest to goodness, like just the way that she writes, even if it's not necessarily supposed to be like, oh, that's funny, it's just the way that she gets her witty sense of humor in just each little line.
I know. She is so good. She's very talented, and I feel like not enough people know about her. So I give her lots of shout outs, because you guys definitely are like, whether you like contemporary or not, and I'm not the biggest fan of contemporary, I will stop whatever I'm reading to read one of her books, because it is that good. So anything by her, highly recommend, and you definitely will ship all of her characters together. And in Spies, Lies, and Allies, I actually may have shipped another character with her too, but also he has a girlfriend, and when you meet her, you really like her too. So it's just like, you just ship everybody. It's just a thing.
That stakes. Another one we talked about last week, and it was a tricky triangle. There were two actually that we talked about that was a tricky triangle. The first one would be the dark, oh my gosh, the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare, and that one was Tessa, Will, and Jem. And the way that one worked out, and I'm sorry if this is a spoiler, but it's been out for years, and if you haven't read it, shame. The way that one works out, Tessa and Will end up together, and I loved Will. I loved both of them, but Will, he was like my type. Dark hair, blue eyes, snarky. Okay, so and Jem is a sweet, kind-hearted, gentle soul. And while I do love him too, Will was absolutely like my cup of tea. And then the other one would be the Splintered series by A.G. Howard, and that would be Morpheus and Alyssa. Although it takes, again, spoiler, but it's been out for years, people. So come on. That is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and it's got like this dark twist to it. I love it. Definitely check it out if you haven't. And also, sorry for the spoiler. But years later, she lives her mortal life, and years later, she ends up going back to Wonderland, this old lady, and she transforms into her young self and ends up with Morpheus. And Morpheus, just to me, he was tricky, manipulative, and you never know what side he's on. But in the end, he always does the right thing. And it's just to hold up this face and to get people to do what he wants them to do.
Slightly manipulative, but that's all right.
But I mean, if you look at my type, I definitely do have a strong type, and they're usually kind of manipulative.
You really do. If you guys have been with us for the extent of Young Adult Edition, you will learn that we both have very specific types of characters that we really, really are drawn to. That is definitely hers.
Oh, yeah. And I have a feeling that KM would definitely like Jeb in that triangle, because Jeb is completely KM's cup of tea right there. So
we're very opposite on this.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's what makes for great co-hosts, right? We get both
sides.
Yes.
We have different opinions, and we're still civil.
Exactly. All right, guys, if you are here with us, go ahead and leave us some comment love. We would love to hear who your favorite ships are. Let us know what book they are from, and tag the author to let them know that you were talking about them. Maybe we can get them on the show. We can have a conversation about the ships within their books. We would love to hear from you guys. We would love your opinions. So go ahead, leave us some comment love, or feel free to direct message us after the show so that we can hear from you as well. Elle, any final thoughts on those sailing ships that we love so much before we wrap it up here today?
I'm glad that they sailed. Aside from that, it's always great when they sail. Like when you actually agree with the ship that has sailed, because otherwise it's frustrating. And like last week's episode, we were like, no,
all the frustration last week, guys.
And it's heartbreaking because you get so invested with these characters, and you're like, no, there's still hope. There's still hope that the author will actually throw me a bone. And the author doesn't.
But occasionally they do, and they make things work the way we want them to, and we are utterly happy because of it.
That's true. That is true. Even if it works out not how you think it should.
Yeah.
Like Jaded.
I was just are you referencing Jaded?
Yes.
I'm still surprised that you liked that. I didn't realize that you did.
I did. I actually really did. I did. What? Like at the end I was like, you know what? Even though I'm not a fan of how it worked out, it just
it's a good alternative.
It is.
Yeah.
That was a bone. That was a bone.
Yeah. It was. There you go. Awesome. So yes, definitely lots of fun going on within these stories, and we would love to hear from you guys about the ships that you love. Did we miss one of your favorites? Did we miss one of the most popular ones that we should have talked about? Let us know in the comments below, and maybe we'll do a little bit of an extra spin-off to talk about the ones that you wanted us to talk about that we didn't touch on today. I'm so excited for you guys to have joined us. We are here every single Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook.com/k.m.robinson books to talk about a different book world topic. So sometimes we talk about sunken ships and sailing ships. Sometimes we talk about fairy tale retellings. We've had mermaid episodes. We've had dystopian episodes. We've done book candles, book swag. It's been a great time here at Young Adult Edition. We would love to hang out with you guys, and you can join us next Monday. Elle, tell us what we're going to be talking about.
We are going to be discussing some steampunk,
which we're really excited about. We love steampunk. We're big fans. And in fact, next week we actually have a fun little something going on for Team Young Adult Edition here. We are going to be sharing that with you next week as we are talking all about steampunk novels. So go ahead, drop us a line. Let us know what your favorite steampunk books are. We will check them out before next week's episode. And if you happen to be a steampunk author, we'd love to have you on. Let us know. Get in touch with us, and we'll see what we can do to get you on camera to talk about your books as well. Bonus points for showing up in costume. All right. We hope you join us next week, Monday, right here on Facebook.com/k.m.robinson as we jump into our episode all about steampunk and give you a recap of this big thing we are doing the day before. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. And we are bringing it all to you first. So come check us out right here, Facebook.com/k.m.robinson I'm K.M. Robinson, author of the Golden Trilogy, the Jaded Duology, the Legends Chronicles, Virtually Sleeping Beauty, and about 100 other books. And you can hang out with me at k.m.robinsonbooks.com and at k.m.robinsonbooks on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. You can also hang out on the YouTube channel for rebroadcasts of Young Adult Edition, my live broadcasts here on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, as well as book trailers, behind the scenes, interviews, fan Q&A, and more. Elle, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Elle Beaumont Books. You can find me on Twitter at Elle Beaumont, and you can always find me on my website at ellebeaumontbooks.com.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you had a great time here with us on Young Adult Edition. We will see you again next week. Until then, stay inspired and make sure you come hang out with us on Twitter on Friday at 1 p.m. for our Twitter chat, #Young Adult Edition Chat, all about today's episode. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.